Tuesday night. It's been a lot of talk about drill rap, drill music, New York City, connecting violence with the culture. And I just wanted to create a conversation with the mayor. We got Fabio here, we got Young B-Love here, we got Sloan Bucks here, we got Bleezy here to talk about, what's really happening so the mayor can get a real perspective and a real understanding of what drill rap is, and so that, we can have some real dialogue and really start to really make things happen.
We're going to roll out something together on the whole conversation, and we're looking forward to it, and I appreciate you, man.
What up, yo? Frank Vibe D for Dedicated Etiquette here on the rap scene. On May 17, 2022, New York State Senate passed Senate Bill 7527, better known as the Rap Music on Trial Bill. The bill was rallied for by Jay-Z, Fat Joe, Meek Mill, Killer Mike, Yo Gotti, and a host of other non-hip-hop artists who are compassionate towards lyrics being used as evidence in criminal trials. If you know your Schoolhouse Rock, you know it's just a bill and needs to pass the state assembly in order to be signed into law. But it's interesting to see what this could mean for hip-hop. The passing of the bill, of course, follows the recent news of the YSL RICO indictment. That case is, of course, happening in Georgia, not New York, and it just so happens that rap lyrics are apparently being used as reason to deny the bonds of Young Thug and Gunna. Of course, there are numerous rappers that have already been convicted with the help of the art they created, but the Rap Music on Trial bill could potentially limit those situations moving forward. Hip-hop didn't create violence or crime, and violence and crime didn't create hip-hop, but the two have been intertwined ever since the very inception of rap music. Now, while the bill will limit the boys' ability to use lyrics in New York courtrooms, it will not stop them outright from denying rap music the status of art, which honestly can be a good thing in certain situations. Prosecutors will still have avenues to prove that bars are literal and not fictional or figurative. This definitely looks to collide with the rampant self-snitching epidemic in hip-hop as rappers increasingly feel the need to be connected to street gangs and hood culture while documenting it all in real time on social media. The legislation also comes just months after New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced a crackdown on drill music that illustrates the slides and get-backs that leave us all mourning. He met with artists of the subgenre to discuss the connection between the violence and the culture. In attendance was Mano, D-Love, Fabio Foreign, Bleezy, and many others. Mayor Adams promised that they would roll out something together with regards to the conversation at the meeting. The Rap Music on Trial bill got the co-sponsorship of some big influencers, most notably Y'all's God MC Jay-Z, who led the campaign to support the initiative. Bronx MC Fat Joe and other headline supporters stated that our lyrics are a creative form of self-expression and entertainment, just like any other genre. We want our words to be recognized as art rather than being weaponized to get convictions in court. It's crazy that y'all wanted this. Y'all, cause I never wanted it. We need to remember that when it comes down to hip-hop, street credibility and criminology, criminality are not mutually exclusive. That means that you people in hip-hop, rappers included, can be respected in the streets without compromising your safety and freedom. It's fucking wild to me that some rappers on top today basically got famous behind the strength that they actually kill people first and are decent rappers later down the line. What's not so wild and where it gets dicey is the self-snitching aspect. Y'all want y'all rappers to be so real, so rap gods forbid, you don't have to like someone who may just come off a little bit corny. When said rappers have true pressure from fans to be authentic and hood, some feel the need to carry out the acts they rap about. It's truly a sign of the times and an internet age when rap lyrics can and will be used against you in a court of law. A far cry from censorship being the main reason MCs feel influenced to watch what they say. Using rap lyrics in court can be a legal loophole when applied to the RICO cases that keep popping up around hip-hop, with all the crimes that could fall under the RICO umbrella. It sounds Orwellian, but by hip-hop's very design, even some of the most cleanest and positive rappers are bound to say something that could trigger an investigation. Conversation is going around regarding if this rash of RICO charges in rap is a result of our current president and vice president's history of legislation and prosecution, respectfully and respectively. It can't be ignored that hip-hop is not just being criminalized, but it's criminalizing itself with every album drop. Because it should not be a surprise to anyone when a rapper is, let's say, actively actively involved with a home invasion robbery that cost a life, then got arrested and put on house arrest until his trial. He then, let's say, hypothetically cuts his ankle monitor off, goes on to murder someone else in another robbery, and maybe beat up and rob a 65-year-old after that. That would be crucial if fiction. But the real icing on the cake is that TK47 released his platinum single The Race the very day he was finally arrested, and some of his lyrics from that whack-ass banger were used in court to get that very young man a 55-year sentence in prison that he probably deserved. On the flip side of the coin, before he was Boosie Badass, Lil Boosie had his artistic creation used to try and keep him in jail for a murder case that he eventually beat. And of course there's New Orleans' own Mac. The No Limit rapper had his lyrics used against him in court for a 2001 manslaughter conviction, but in 2014 it came out that at least 4 eyewitnesses were either threatened, intimidated, or ignored by police and detectives. His plight prompted this prophetic 2015 quote from sponsor of the rap music on trial bill, Killer Mike: "If we let this stand, what you're gonna see is that tool is going to be used to wipe out an entire potential generation of artists from our community." Shout out to Killer Mike for everything he does for the culture. Mac was not exonerated, but granted clemency and released from prison in June 2021 after serving 20 years. Of course, those are just 2 examples from the spectrum, showing that Killer Mike was on to something 7 years ago when fans were encouraging getbacks left and right. From YNW Melly to Young Thug to Tekashi 6ix9ine, Bobby Shmurda, D-Thang, the late Drakeo the Ruler, and many others, all have had their lyrics used against them to compromise their freedom. And so far, New York State, the birthplace of hip-hop, is the only place in the country considering the implications of the strategy moving forward. I've got to stay on the side of, if you did some crime and told the world about it on wax, you can't be mad when they use your confessions to lock you away. I am interested to see if, written in the law, what effect, if any, it would have on any convictions obtained in New York City using rap lyrics. Hard to imagine any sentences being reduced, which, to my earlier point, could be a good thing. Lyrics used as evidence in trial or not, if you did it, you did it, and in most cases deserve some time. There is, of course, a bigger discussion, but I'll leave that right there for now. It's kind of whack for those that already got hit, but it makes me think, what would be different if the bill was already law? How many MCs would be walking free guilty or not, and what would have become of their careers? There are plenty of rappers that would benefit from the bill becoming law, and it's crazy to think of how many investigations could potentially be underway on various music crews at this very moment. Even if the law does pass, MCs need to watch what they say. The real jokes part of it is that this is happening simultaneously with the anti-snitching movement in hip-hop. You rappers really need to leave these snitchers alone when all you do is tell on yourselves. What it means going forward is hard to predict because, for one, it's not yet law. There's no concrete guarantee that it will even pass. Just a year and a half ago, a Maryland court upheld the admissibility of rap lyrics in a murder trial. Lyrics the MC spit over the phone from jail while awaiting his trial. With the crackdown on drill music in New York, who's to say that the bill even has wings anyway? Those sentiments have not stopped some rappers from cheering the bill and those who rallied for it. If you live in New York and feel passionate about the cause, then don't be afraid to stand up for your artists and get involved, but keep the bigger picture in focus. Supporting your favorite artists when they rap about performing crazy criminal activities that they actually did and not expecting lyrics to be classified as evidence is just asinine. We all have some power to make our favorite artists upgrade from that stupid shit that lands them in prison without sacrificing their gangster. Hip-hop may need gangster right now, but gangster will never need hip-hop. And these rappers need to understand that to do better, or at least keep their business to themselves. Of course, we all know what's being said when we mention that there are no other genres of music that sees its lyrics used in court, but we should also acknowledge the real problem is the toxic marriage of rap in the streets. Good luck, New York rappers on Bill 7527, better known as the Rap Music on Trial Bill. Thanks for watching, y'all. Tell us in the comments if you think the bill is going to pass and what rappers might benefit from it. Thumb us up, subscribe to the channel right now before we start sliding on you and expose you, boy. No, I'm Frank 5D for Dedicated Etiquette here on the rap scene. Positive energy activates, constant elevation.